Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, whoever loves watching Rock Talk. It's episode number 34. We have the newest women's soccer coach at Rockford University, Rick Mateus. Excited to have Rick on. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited about the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We're finally getting back into the swing of things. It's been a while since we've had sports here at Rockford. It kind of goes quiet. I've talked to 3 different coaches now about their experiences over the summer, just being down here pretty much alone, right? So tell me how the summer went for you guys.
It was a little lonely at times, but I actually went on some recruiting visits and stuff like that to St. Louis a couple times.
Yeah.
And then one time to Tennessee just to try to get the Rockford University name out and stuff like that, and get people to know who we are. Try to get some recruits from all over the place.
Yeah.
So
casting a wide net. Where in Tennessee did you go?
Right off Nashville, about 10, 15 minutes from Nashville and stuff like that. They had a big finals for USYSA, so it was the playoffs for a lot of these girls. So like I said, the big thing was just trying to get our name out, trying to get who Rockford University is. And it was nice too because we got some emails from some girls like, hey, I'm playing on this time. It'd be great to come see me, and actually met some girls from different places. So that was really good to go down there and see that.
Yeah, and probably high-level competition down there too. So that's great that you get the opportunity to go down there. Is Nashville? I've never been. So is Nashville what they say it is? Is there a nice vibe in that town?
Yeah, I didn't really get to go down there because I was literally from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It was soccer because they also had some storms. So the schedule was all messed up. It'd be okay, and then all of a sudden at midday it was storming, and so we had to wait. So it was there until 10 o'clock sometimes, but it was great. It was a good vibe of a lot of soccer going on, and I mean we had girls from Hawaii, girls from Tennessee, from Florida, from the West Coast and stuff. So it was good. I got to meet some girls, so that was really good. Got some names out there.
Yeah. No
guarantee we'll get them, but at least we're trying to get the Rockford name out and stuff. So.
Yeah. Sounds like a great experience. Sounds like your dream. I mean, you live and you breathe and you eat soccer, and you've got so much experience doing it, but mainly at the high school level. I mean, I've got your resume right here. 29 years as head coach of the Rockford Raptors club team here in the area, 13 years the head boys coach at Belvedere North. Yeah. I mean, really, what influenced you from the jump from high school up here to the college level?
Well, I've been around here since 1996 and stuff like that. And actually, my oldest brother actually graduated from here. So from Rockford University. It was Rockford College back then, a long time ago. Yep. Yeah. And my other brother actually also coached here for a couple of years. So I know about the university, and I've seen what they're trying to do. They're trying to go in the right direction. So they were looking for a coach. I said, I'll try it. I don't know if I'll get it. Being a little bit older, sometimes they like to go younger and stuff like that. But I was lucky enough to get it. I think, like I said, they're moving in the right direction. And I'm trying to get the name out there, trying to make Rockford University a place that people want to come to. I think there's enough talent around the area itself, but also, wide area and stuff like that, so we can get players to come in and make Rockford a place that people want to come to for school, obviously first, and then also soccer. Yeah,
there's definitely talent in Rockford itself. I mean, it's a town of 200,000 people, and then when you count all the surrounding areas, I mean, that's getting up there toward 500,000. Yep. So there's definitely good soccer players. The problem is it's getting them here.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit, what's the plan? Just this year, I mean, you barely got into it, but down the road, what's the plan to start bringing those players from Rockford?
Yeah, hopefully, I've been around a while, I've been coaching for a while, so some people know me and stuff like that, so hopefully that helps a little bit. I know the local coaches, they can, say, hey, this guy's, he knows what he's doing, and it's a good college. So that's, number one, we'll be going after the Rockford kids, as many as we can,
You have to win at home in recruiting.
And just change the mentality, I think. Right now, Rockford, the mentality is, I'm going to go to Rockford for soccer. You know what I mean? But hopefully they see us, what we're doing, bringing in some players from the local area, or even, otherwise, that Rockford is serious about their sports right now. And some of them want to stay. Problem is, a lot of them don't want to stay in the area, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
That happens everywhere.
Yeah. And so, but hopefully, in the area, keep them here because there's enough good talent to share the wealth and stuff like that, as you say. So
yeah, definitely. And recruiting's only half the battle.
Yep.
The other half is actually on the field. So tell me a little bit just about your coaching style as as a coach on the pitch.
Yep. So normally I like to play possession style, but it all depends what you have also. I love to say, we're going to play possession, but if you don't have the talent, it's hard to do that. But I do like to play, 4 in the back usually. And midfielders, they're the key. They control everything. They get the ball. They're the ones that, play it to the sides, play it up and stuff like that. They control it. So that's the kind of game we want. But sometimes you have to play more direct where you, especially if you need a goal, I like to take chances.
Yeah.
So I would rather, maybe lose a game 4-3, but I'm trying to go for it.
Yeah.
That's my style. Sometimes you can't do that. You know what I mean? You want to play more, defensive, and you have to. Depends who you're playing and what you have. But normally I like to play attacking, get the ball and go right away. Shoot as much as possible, get the ball in the goal as much as we can, try to score. It's not always going to happen, obviously, but, at least give it a chance. So
that sounds great to me. I mean, as a casual observer, I love 4-3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, that more than 0-0, but I'm also I don't have the eye that you do of the game of soccer. I mean, you might enjoy defensive masterpiece a lot more than I would.
And I do. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all the games I want to be 4-3. Yeah. I mean, I've played a lot of 0-0, 1-0, 2-1 in games, but it's always nice to, like I said, go for it. Instead of just sitting back and wish for good things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to go do what you want to do. Let's talk a little bit about the girls. I mean, we were talking just before this. Been about a week and a half of practice. What have you seen? How do you feel like it's been going leading up to your first scrimmage tonight?
Yeah, actually, I've been really impressed with the girls. They've come out. They've accepted what I want them to try. Some different things that they're not used to. They've come out. We've had some 6 a.m. practices. We had afternoon practices, and they've been flexible with that. They've been showing up, working hard. If I ask them, to do this, do that, they've done it. And that the best thing I've seen is actually it seems like they're getting all along too. Yeah. That's really good to get some camaraderie and just be, friend. Not to be the greatest friends, but just to get along with your teammate, it helps. And it's been fun watching the girls, get better. That's what we want. It's the first couple weeks. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to mess up. And
definitely.
I keep telling them that. Don't worry about it. You're going to make mistakes. Just move on. Because sometimes with girls, they make one mistake. They put their heads down. They're hard on themselves. You know what I mean? And so, but it's been, like I said, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. It's it's new for me, obviously.
Right.
But the girls that were here and then the girls that we brought in have helped big time. I think the mentality is going to change where it's like we're going to go for it. You know what I mean? We're not saying we're going to win the games, but I think we're going to put pressure on people and might surprise some people.
Yeah, great. Love to hear it. I mean, you said it. You've got 11 returners. You've got 11 newcomers, 7 freshmen, 4 transfer, and of the like. So it's 50-50, people who've been here and people who haven't. So that's a nice little mesh between bringing in new talent and talent that's been around. Is there anybody that has come back from the team last year that you've been impressed by as a leader, just as a voice on the team?
Yeah, Ari has for sure. She's a senior right now, and she has taken charge of like leading everything. The stretches, the getting going, make sure people get the stuff. For a little while she wasn't sure if she was going to come back just because of life happens, working and all that stuff.
Life always happens.
But I'm glad she did. She's taken the the lead and all that stuff. All the girls that came back have done their part. I'm glad they decided to come back because they could easily just said, it's a new coach. I don't want go through this again and all that. They've come back. And they've helped. The little things, like I said, just making sure that equipment's taken out. That afterwards everything's cleaned up. Not
right,
just
the stuff that nobody thinks about. Right.
And we see that as coaches. I always sit back and observe, see who does what and doesn't do it. There's always, and it's the good thing. It's not always the same people. Like she takes the charge, but you always see other girls just like, they'll take the pennies, they'll take the cones, they'll take, that helps. But she's done a really nice job.
Great, that's great to hear, and I'm excited to see her on the field because I think she had a nice season and in a record that wasn't what they wanted last year. But there's a bunch of other girls that have come back. Daisy Martinez is back, and is she still? How is she doing?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Daisy tore her ACL, so she might get cleared towards the end, and she'll definitely play senior night, if anything, just because that's her. She's a senior, and we talked about it. Obviously, she would lose eligibility once she starts, even if she just steps on the field and stuff. But it's her senior night, and she wants that, and I respect that. Again, another girl she knows she's not going to play per se, but she's been there. 6 a.m. practice, she's there. She can't practice, but she's there to help whatever needs to be to help, pick up stuff, to bring stuff, to just to cheer on the girls. She's a great influence. It's unfortunately, with that injury, it's a big loss for the team, but her other stuff has been amazing. So that's really nice.
And that's sad to hear that she's probably not going to have the senior year that she wanted, but just being there, she's a fantastic member of the university. I mean, she helps us in the sports information department. Great worker, just great to be around. So sad, but great to hear that she's still in it and helping in any way that she can. Shout out to Daisy.
Absolutely.
Courtney Murphy's back, and she's had an I had her on last year. She was Region of the Week after 2 goals in the win against Maranatha, and she's had an interesting career. I mean, she came in as a goalkeeper. She was a goalkeeper coming in, and so tell me how her practice has been leading up.
Courtney's been awesome. Again, she does also cross country, so that's really tough. We got 2 of them that do cross country, and I give them credit. And thankfully, Coach Kevin has been great also about us, getting a schedule where we're not going to burn out the girls. Yeah. Because I think last year maybe they did burn out, and that was a lot of it because of the numbers. But Courtney's been awesome. She's just working her tail off, running for her. It's no big deal.
She loves running,
no. She's like, okay, let's go. But she's also improved, working hard on her soccer stuff too. So that's key for us. It's not just the running stuff, but knowing what to do when she gets the ball and stuff like that. It's
have to make something happen when you get the ball.
And so her work rate is amazing. So and the girls have seen that, and some of them have also picked up their from the first day to the yesterday practice. They've been working hard. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Courtney. She's very smart too, and she had a great spring running track. She runs all the time. And that's going to help her on the pitch as well. Absolutely. You know a lot more. I haven't had an opportunity to see any of the freshmen coming in. You know way more about them. I'll give you the opportunity to just talk a little bit about this freshman class.
Yeah, between freshman and transfer, actually, if you don't mind me talking about the transfers also.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, freshmen, we brought in some great players. We got, let's see, let me just get off name. We got Itzel coming in. We got Maya Rocha coming in. Who else here? Let's go. Heather. She hasn't started yet because of different things. Yeah, we call her. We love it. And then Miley, who came up from Florida, has been amazing. And then Kelly and Karen. I'm trying to get all the girls. And then also these the transfers, which is nice. We got some really good transfers. Kara. We got Nelly coming in. And then we got Kara, Nelly, and then Alana, who hasn't played yet, but she will be playing hopefully. They've played, so they get it. They've played in the NCAA and junior college, so they know their experience helps. And they're good players too. That helps too. It's one thing to bring in bodies, but it's also bring in girls who can play.
Right, they've got a lot of soccer experience.
Yeah, between these freshmen and these transfer. Like I said, I think we will surprise some people, and it's nice to see. And they're getting along. They're working together, which is really nice. It's not the easiest thing to do.
No.
A lot of them don't know each other. Yeah, a lot of people don't know each other, but they're working together and trying to implement what I'm trying to have them do, because every coach is different. It's different styles, different ways of playing, and they haven't complained about it. If they don't know, they'll ask questions, and I'll try to explain to them. So it's been a really nice. I'm really, really lucky that those girls decide to come here.
Yeah.
I do have to give a shout out also to Peyton Scott, who's
been, and I was going to ask you about her.
Yeah. I mean, between Peyton, obviously everybody knows Peyton. She played here for 4 years.
Captain for 4 years.
Yeah, and luckily she decided to come back and be an assistant coach. And I give her credit because for a while there it was just her doing everything.
It was.
The recruiting, the coaching, the everything.
It was a one-person department there for many months.
Yeah, and I can't say enough about Peyton. She's done a great job, for the program, and it's nice to have her. And I also have Mia, who played also with
Mia
Peyton.
Osler,
Yeah, and then Kavi from the boys team.
And this is a new addition.
Yeah, unfortunately, health-wise, he couldn't play, so he's like, hey, can I help coach? I'm like, absolutely. And that's really nice because all 3 played here.
Yeah.
So that's a nice perspective for when we're talking to recruits, be like, what's it like? They can honestly say what it's like. I can say it from outsider perspective, but they can say, hey, I was here for 4 years. This is what's good about it, and this is what's bad about it. And I tell them to be honest. You know what I mean? And like I said, I can't say enough about those guys. They've been helping me a lot, doing the little things that people don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really excited about the coaching staff, but also the players. So.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into running a program like this. And Peyton Scott, that's who we're referring to, if anybody doesn't know. But yeah, she had a year last year, and then the last coach left, and it was just her until we brought you in. So she's done so much, and you guys have had experience before working together. I mean, she was an assistant in the Rockford Raptors program. Tell me a little bit about that in the past.
The program itself. Yeah. Peyton does, again, same thing. She's been coaching here, but also coaching there with the kids, getting young kids, middle school age kids, just playing, coaching, getting experience for her, which is great because I think she did it and she liked it, and so she continued, and she's doing a great job of it. So, with the Raptor program, that's another thing. I coach there, and hopefully, with those connections, we can possibly get some more players here too.
That could be nice for recruiting as well.
Unfortunately, right now we haven't hit that yet, but we will. I think in the future we will. Like I said, between what Payne's been doing and we're trying to do, I think eventually kids will see that we're a program that we want to come to, and we're trying to change the mentality here of it's okay to come here and we're going to be good in a couple of years. We're going to change the program around. So
I love it. I love to hear it. So let's piggyback off of that. I wanted to ask you, year 1, 2026. What is your guys' goal for this campaign?
Personally for me, I'm not necessarily worried about wins and losses, and I love to win as much as anybody. What I want to see is what they can do from the first game to the last game, improve. And I think we can. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, I think we can surprise some people.
Yeah.
It may not be wins per se, but I think we'll surprise how we can play the game. You know what I mean? We're not just going to be like, all right, come at us, we're going to defend, and that's it. I think we'll surprise. We got the talent where we can play some possession and go forward and try to. We've been working a lot on just shooting, scoring. I don't care what the situation is. You can't score if you don't shoot.
Yeah.
And so we've been just working on a lot of offensive things, just offensive, getting the ball out of defense and going right to the goal. Put pressure as much as you can, do what you can to see if you can get a goal anyhow. It doesn't matter which way. It doesn't have to be the pretty goal. It can be just a tap in, it could be a deflection, it could be anything. That's what we're looking for. I think we have the talent where we can surprise some people. I really do believe that. So
yeah, and wins and losses don't always tell the whole story anyway. There can be vast improvement, and you don't see it in that wins column.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that changes, just what we see on the field, the product that we see, the improvement we see from girl to girl. Now let's look down the road. Let's say 3 years down the road. What's your long-term goal for this program, which has been down for a long time here at Rockford?
Consistency. I'll be here. I won't. When I got interviewed, they asked me, "What's your goal?" To be here and to get, like I said, to make Rockford a name for people to come. That's my goal, to get girls who play soccer, know how to play soccer. That makes a difference. You could be the best coach in the world. If you don't have the talent, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's my goal, is to bring in players who play soccer and they're committed to playing soccer. Obviously, school also. We know that. But, they're committed to playing soccer. And they know, the first couple of years, we might not win a lot of games, or we might win some that surprise people in the futures where, they're setting something right now for the future.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been honest with the kids that we've recruited and said, I'm not going to guarantee you the wins right now, but you're setting the standard for later on. You know what I mean? You're setting what's expected of the soccer players. You're here to play soccer. Obviously, you're here for school, but you're here to play soccer.
Yeah.
And I think in the past, it's just someone I'll play because whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe my friends are playing and stuff like that. We want girls who want to be here to play soccer. To come to the school, obviously, but to play soccer, to change the program around. Whereas, when you're 10, 15 years down the road, they can say, hey, I played at Rockford University.
Yeah.
With pride. And I think that's what we're also going to try to do, is try to get more alumni involved. I think there's not enough pride right now, and because I know some people who've played here, and it's I played there. Nobody it's not like hey, I played there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what my goal is, for them to be proud to be here, no matter what.
Right.
And know that, especially these girls right now, the first one, they're setting the standards for the girls coming in.
And that's it right there. Every rebuild you have to start doing things the right way. You're not going to see the success at the beginning, but you set it up down the road for when you get the talent, when you bring the players in. If you start building the culture right now, it's going to work out. So I'm glad to hear that that's the way that you've gone about it. Just a couple more things for you. I want to ask about that scrimmage exhibition, whatever you want to call it, that you've got tonight.
Yes.
Joliet Junior College. What are you trying to get out of this experience? I mean, it doesn't go for wins and losses. What do you want? What would make it a successful opportunity for the girls?
And we talked about it yesterday. I'm just looking to see what they can do, showcase what's your strength. You know
it's almost like the first test in
the
class.
Because a lot of these girls I don't know either. The majority of them I don't know. You know what I mean? And so I want them just at practice. They've shown stuff, but I want to see what they can do in a
good
real
catch,
game.
by the way.
Yeah, thanks. I just want to see what they can do. And the good thing is, like I said, we have girls who are comfortable in different positions, which is really nice because with numbers sometimes somebody gets hurt, somebody's tired, somebody whatever it is missing because of being hurt and being classes. Obviously, we have some like today we're missing a few people just because it was last minute setup.
Right.
I think we did this within like last 3 days. Like he emailed me. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so it's like some of them have class and some are missing. But big thing we're looking for is what they can do, what they're comfortable in doing. With my coaching, I don't like to yell and scream, have them to do like, hey, pass here, pass there. I want them to think for themselves. You know what I mean? My job is at practice to teach them what hopefully they can do in the game. Okay, and so during a game, I'm gonna help. Don't get me wrong, but I like to sit back and watch, and then if I see something, then I can tell it. Not like, hey, pass to her, shoot, cross, do this. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to think for themselves.
Right. You want them to be an extension of you on the field, right? You can't go out there and play for them. No, absolutely.
They don't want that anyway. So.
No, definitely not. That's why they're out there. Yeah. I don't know much about Joliet Junior College. I mean, you've been in this area a lot longer than I have. What do you know about that program?
Actually, not much either. But we do. Kavi did some research on them. Again, thank God for the coaching staff. These guys are little things like that. But I guess they like to go down the side, get it in right away. So that'll be a tough lesson for us because they're established program. They've been around and they're decent for junior college and stuff like that. So they'll have some good players. So we're going to try to stop them from getting the ball in and crossing in. Little things like that. Just working on stuff like that. Watching the girl outside because normally. The way we play, the outside girls, you're like, I'll leave them outside. It's okay. You know what I mean? But if a team wants to cross right away, you want to block them as soon as possible. So just a little change up of, coaching style and stuff like that. So
it'll be a nice measuring stick for you guys leading up into the season. I think my internet went out, but your very first – tell me a little bit about the start to the season. Is it Olivet? You guys go Olivet first?
I feel bad for the girls because our first week we actually played 3 games in the whole. We played Tuesday in Michigan, which is Olivet, and then we got to come back Thursday, go to Beloit, which is not too far, thankfully,
right down the road.
And then we go Saturday to who do we go to? Marathon.
Yeah, Maranatha.
Yeah, Maranatha. That's it. And so it's a lot of games in 1 week, so it'll be a good test for them right away.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what we can do. I really am. Like I tell the girls, I've told them one thing I am is I'm pretty honest, and I'll tell them the good and the bad. And they've been working hard. That's all I ever ask out of them. They're gonna mess up. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to see what we got. Hopefully we can have everybody, the ones that we have, because we've been missing people for this and this and that. Injuries happen and stuff like that.
Always.
So we haven't really had a complete roster yet. So it'd be nice if once we do, I think we can do a really nice job of playing some soccer, making them excited about being here.
Yeah, that's what it's for. I mean, we do all this practice, all this lead up, all this recruiting to see what it looks like on the field, and that's coming up here soon. Your first home game is you've got a while.
It's a while.
September 16th.
Yeah, against Concordia, Chicago.
Yeah.
So that'll be a little while. So we play that 3 games in a week, and then we don't play again until that Wednesday. And then it's a nice thing is we go every Wednesday, Saturday from then on, except for one Sunday. But so that will be nice because we got
getting into a groove.
Yeah, with school and stuff like that. That first week will be tough because we go there and back in Michigan. So that'll be a long day.
And that's going to be is that 4 or 5 hours in a bus?
Yeah. Whew. So that's a long day for the girls. But I think it'll be a good test for them. What I mean? So we'll see again who wants to do it, who doesn't want to do it. And I think right now everybody is in it. So.
And that was a competitive match last year against Olivet, and that's one that very well could have ended up in our hands. You've probably seen the end of that game.
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited about is that some of these games are close. I think with the new additions and the girls who came back,
that could swing.
It can swing a little bit. So that's what we're looking for. So that's hopefully that they're ready for that, and I think they are. They're excited too. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to play today, just to play instead of just practicing against each other. So you know how it goes with sports. It's always nice to play competition instead of just yourself.
Yeah, see somebody wearing a different jersey against you. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I'm excited to see what you've brought about here, Rockford women's soccer. Is there anybody else that you want to shout out while you have the microphone in front of your face?
I do want to thank all the coaches that from Rockford. Like I said, Rockford University. I came in brand new. A lot of these coaches have been here around. They've been great. Just any questions I have, anything I need, they're there to help out and stuff. So that's been nice. It's a small community. We don't have a lot of coaches, but the coaches are here. I think they're going to turn around the programs here. And I think, like I said, sports is a big thing in small schools. Yeah. I think the numbers is almost half the kids that go to school here are athletes. Yeah. And so that's big. You got to have good coaches, and I think they're trying to do that. They brought in some good coaches, and the coaches they have right now, I think, have done a really nice job. Obviously with baseball, softball, football, been here for a while, and so, I really thank the guys and the ladies coaches who helped me. It's a lot of different things. It's not just coaching. You got a lot of other stuff you have to do.
You have to worry about. Yeah. That's what people don't know. But
it's a great little community here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a great crew. Yeah. You're down the hall, and everybody you need is just a door down. Exactly. It's a nice place to be. Well, Coach, it's been great to have you on.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to Rockford women's soccer in 2026. Let's go out there. Come on out, support. First home game is September 16th right here at Regent Field against Concordia Chicago. Come on out and support. I'm your host, Cole Weber, and I am signing off Rock Talk, episode 34.